Welcome to the dark, unforgiving side of the entertainment industry. You might have thought the downfall of a billionaire music mogul was the final chapter of this story, but the nightmare has only just begun. Behind the cold, concrete walls of a federal prison, an absolute catastrophe is unraveling, and the details are more horrifying than anyone could have ever anticipated. Whispers have erupted into deafening screams across social media because a prison medical professional has allegedly leaked a highly classified medical report that was never meant to see the light of day. The internet is in an absolute frenzy, fueled by terrifying allegations that several inmates have contracted a severe infection after interacting closely with Sean Combs behind bars. If these chilling rumors hold even a fraction of the truth, the reality inside that facility is a catastrophic disaster. The entire world watched the heavy steel doors lock behind him, assuming the extravagant life of private jets and endless parties was over forever. However, the sinister truth is that his dark lifestyle did not vanish. It merely evolved into something far more dangerous in the shadows. Reports are flooding the timeline, painting a grim picture of a man whose health is rapidly deteriorating. He does not look like the invincible icon we once knew. Insiders claim he appears frail, gray, and visibly exhausted, as if his body is fighting a grueling, invisible war. Medical personnel within the facility are reportedly panicking, quietly attempting to contain a mysterious outbreak directly linked to his immediate circle. Social media platforms are ablaze with shock and a profound sense of betrayal as fans process the devastating possibility of a sexually transmitted disease running rampant inside the prison. While he has not publicly admitted to battling a severe illness like HIV, the deafening silence speaks volumes, and the sheer terror gripping the public is palpable. The plot takes a massive, unexpected twist when we trace his desperate movement through the prison system. We all heard the reports of his sudden transfer to the FCI Fort Dix facility in New Jersey. But the real reason why is deeply unsettling. Tension had reportedly reached a boiling point at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He was not just another face in the crowd, he was a walking target. The ghosts of the past, particularly the fiercely guarded legacies of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G., cast a heavy, dangerous shadow over him. Inmates holding onto street loyalty made it clear that his presence was not welcome. The turning point was absolutely terrifying, a vicious alleged knife attack inside his own cell. Fearing for his very life, he begged for a transfer. But escaping Brooklyn did not save him. It only opened Pandora's box at Fort Dix, where the alarming medical rumors completely shattered the internet. This is where the story shifts from a prison scandal to an industry-wide betrayal of epic proportions. For years, the outspoken Jaguar Wright screamed from the rooftops, desperately trying to warn the public that he had been harboring a devastating diagnosis for years. The industry mocked her. Fans called her delusional. But today, the internet is collectively holding its breath and scrubbing through her old interviews. Every wild accusation she made is suddenly being treated as a prophetic warning. And she is not the only ghost returning to haunt this narrative.
I do not think he's insane. I think he might be.
Let us rewind to the bizarre and chaotic arrest of former adult entertainer Jonathan Audi at the Trump National Doral in 2018. During an intense police interrogation, Audi dropped a bombshell that shook investigators to their core. He explicitly described participating in heavily controlled, intimate encounters with Combs and Cassie Ventura. But the absolute most heart-stopping moment of that leaked footage was Audi claiming he contracted a severe illness during those very encounters. Back then, society completely dismissed his words as the ramblings of a man in chaos. Today, millions of viewers are rewatching that footage with absolute horror, realizing he was sounding the alarm long before the federal indictments ever dropped. As if that was not enough to make your blood run cold, the internet detectives have dug up yet another buried tragedy. An Instagram model known online as Gina came forward years ago, completely broken and devastated, claiming she had contracted HIV after an intimate relationship with a massive celebrity figure she had dated.
Victim number 3, Gina Hun, will not be testifying against Diddy. This is something.
The pieces of this sinister puzzle are snapping together, leaving a trail of shattered lives, horrifying secrets, and absolute betrayal. The glittering music empire has crumbled into dust, and what remains is a chilling testament to power, silence, and the devastating consequences of secrets kept in the dark.
Other time was he had caught me texting another man.
She never explicitly named him, but the relentless internet detectives did not need her to. They immediately mapped out her timeline, and the horrifying overlap with his inner circle sent absolute shockwaves across social media. The deeper you dig into this dark orbit, the more terrifying the coincidences become. It is a suffocating web of secrets, and one of the most glaring threads leads directly to a massive global superstar, Usher. The connection traces all the way back to the early 1990s. Imagine being a young, impressionable teenager shipped off to New York to live under the direct mentorship of the most powerful man in hip-hop. Years later, Usher cryptically described that exact environment as curious, chillingly admitting that he would never, under any circumstances, allow his own children anywhere near the things he witnessed. Back then, the public dismissed his words as a simple reflection on the Wild Party era. But the plot takes an absolutely gut-wrenching twist. Years down the line, Usher himself became entangled in explosive, highly publicized lawsuits from individuals claiming they had contracted a severe illness directly from him. He vehemently denied any wrongdoing, and the expensive legal teams made sure those headlines quietly vanished. However, the internet never forgets. Today, millions of betrayed fans are connecting these horrifying dots, paralyzed by the thought that this invisible poison has been quietly passed around the highest tiers of the industry for decades, and the body count of destroyed lives does not stop there. Enter Craig Mack, the legendary pioneer who helped build Bad Boy Records from the ground up. He suddenly abandoned the glittering spotlight, vanishing from the industry, only to pass away tragically in 2018 from complications directly linked to HIV. At the time, the world mourned it as a heartbreaking, isolated medical tragedy. But the timeline simply does not sit right with the millions of people watching this scandal unfold today. The internet is erupting with terrifying conspiracy theories, demanding to know the truth. Did Craig Mack flee the music industry because of the sinister realities he witnessed behind closed doors? Was his tragic end the ultimate price for being trapped in that toxic ecosystem? If your heart is not already pounding, prepare yourself for the most devastating allegation of them all. The tragic passing of Kim Porter is now being ripped wide open under the harsh lens of public scrutiny. Anonymous whistleblowers and internet sleuths are making absolutely jaw-dropping claims, alleging that they have seen her uncensored, unedited autopsy report. The whispers are deafening. They claim that Kim Porter was quietly battling HIV before she passed away. Social media is in an absolute state of mourning and rage, feeling profoundly betrayed by a machine that protected abusers while silencing the victims. This is no longer just a story about a fallen mogul. It is a terrifying epidemic of secrets, lies, and a tragic trail of victims left completely broken in his wake. It is not merely the ghosts of the past that are sending absolute chills down our spines. The present reality unfolding inside Fort Dix is straight out of a dystopian nightmare.